Hi guys, welcome to another in My Big Why, a video series that takes me out and about meeting people who are business leaders, business owners, influencers, and just generally really interesting people that I meet in the course of my everyday. Where am I today? Well, I'm in lovely Longridge, the gateway to the Ribble Valley, and more specifically I'm in the heart of the community at Berry Lane, at the offices of 828 Law with the principal solicitor and founder of the company, Angela Singleton. Now Angela, thanks very much for inviting me to your offices. They're absolutely lovely.
Okay.
And as I was really impressed with the outside is very traditional, very old-fashioned, as typical of Berry Lane and the area. You come inside and it's very swish and very modern. So how long have you actually been here at the offices?
We've had these offices for 3 years now. The firm's been going for 5.5 years.
Okay.
We've moved to expand and grow the business.
Great.
But yes, they are beautiful.
They are indeed, yes. And there's a trend colour going through all of it as well. Which
yes.
Is it? Are we purple? Is that purple or mauve or I'm not sure what colour we want to call that.
We call it purple,
Purple's
but yes,
good.
there are a few variations.
There's some
of it,
various
but,
purple, which is lovely, and it's really nice, and I say it's very inviting. And I think that certainly people coming here must feel very at ease to come into the offices. Now, let's start with the obvious. Why do you become a solicitor?
I enjoyed it. I like the detail of the law. I like also helping people. The law helps you solve problems for people and get them through really difficult times.
Great. Okay. And I guess before you set up 828 Law, you were working for other firms as solicitors. So what made you decide that you wanted to go out alone and set up your own business?
Well, there's a few reasons really. A lot of solicitors fall into a sort of traditional stereotype that's formed over many years of a 9-to-5 solicitor who are difficult to get hold of. Working the 828, which is where the company name came from, with that availability, it means that people can access legal services after their 9-to-5 job, after they've finished work. So they don't have to discuss their really private matters on the phone whilst they're on lunch, and they can come at their convenience. Okay. So that's one of the reasons, and the accessibility that we answer the phone, we respond. You don't get a phone call back 5 days later.
No.
You know, we respond to you, we answer the phone, we deal with your query, and that really puts clients at ease.
Yeah, well, I have to say, as an estate agent, I can certainly vouch for that. I mean, one of the things obviously we do is speak to a lot of solicitors in the course of my work, and availability and accessibility is often not as easy as we'd like, and it's great to hear that somebody is available that amount of time, because I think we live in a society now where accessibility to communication and being able to do things when it suits us is really important, and we live in a very busy world, I guess, nowadays, and it's nice to be able to know that we can go and see people outside of the traditional hours, which, as you rightly said, is very important, particularly when discussing matters of seriousness and of importance as law. So I understand obviously that you don't cover every aspect of law, and understand that you have some sort of areas that you cover specifically. What do you sort of cover here at 828 Law in terms of the legal profession?
So we do 3 key areas really. The first one is property, so it's residential transactions only, so buying and selling properties, transfers, remortgages, things like that. The second area that we cover is family law, so divorce, the finances after a separation, and children cases as well, so how often children move between parents. And the third and final area that we cover is private client work, so wills, powers of attorney, probate. All 3 very stressful times in life, moving house, divorcing, and death. So very difficult times in life for clients, so it's important that we can put them at ease. Yeah,
and I think that's the thing. I think the key that I see from that is that across all those 3 different disciplines, there's one key area which is about people and the individual, and that I think is obviously, I guess, why you've been successful, because obviously you focus your attention on the people that you're dealing with, the clients, and I guess it's quite obvious to see that they are individuals and not just a number, which again can be the problem sometimes with maybe some other practices, not just in the legal profession, but in many walks of life. So you're doing that, you're working long hours, you're very busy, and I know as a business owner that actually 8 to 8 isn't necessarily the hours that you just work. There's an awful lot more that goes into it. But on the free time that you do have, what do you like to do?
I enjoy adrenaline sports. I enjoy snowboarding
Right.
and horse riding. Quite enjoy show jumping. Don't get as much time to do those kind of activities as I'd like. So when I don't get a chance to do those, I just enjoy being out with my family and the dog in the countryside.
Right, yeah.
Some beautiful areas around here to go for a walk.
There is indeed. And have you always lived in Longridge? Is that your hometown?
Yes, born and bred in Longridge.
Right.
Beautiful place. Some really unique shops. But you're so close to the countryside to be able to get out and about, and but you've got such good access to the motorway if you needed it as well.
Absolutely. And of course, if we do get some bad weather with the hills around Longridge, that snowboarding could come in really useful, I guess, as well. Or the horse riding, maybe, either or. Probably horse riding is slightly more comfortable than snowboarding, I guess. But having done neither of those things, I'm going to have to take your word for that. Okay, so it's really obviously to me that you're very passionate about what you do, and you care an awful lot about it. And I think one of the things that struck me when I was speaking to you, one of the things I like to ask my guests when I'm speaking to them, is sort of how that came about and where we got to. And one of the things that I find fascinating to ask, and I haven't asked Angela, or haven't spoken to Angela about this yet, but it's a question I ask all of my guests, is to take ourselves back to maybe when she's 10, 11, that sort of age. What did you want to be? I'm guessing maybe not a solicitor, but what was your dream job going to be at that time?
I wanted to be a fireman.
Right, okay. Right, that's an interesting one. So a firewoman or no?
No, there wasn't an issue about whether it was a fireman or a firewoman back in that day. So no, I just wanted to be a fireman. I enjoyed it and enjoyed the sort of fitness aspect of it, but the adrenaline side attracted me as well.
Yeah, I can see that connection definitely coming through now. There's a definitely underlying adrenaline feature in that for sure. But but that didn't happen, I'm guessing. I'm guessing we're sitting here today and you're not in the fire service, so I'm guessing that wasn't what happened. So when did you move away from that dream of being a fireman and all that adrenaline to being a solicitor?
Whilst I was at high school, a family member went through a legal case that I found quite fascinating. So I looked at the ins and outs of it, and I was quite interested to learn a bit more about it in the future. I do like the detail of it as well. So it was something that I took on at college and university, and I enjoyed it.
And that's it. And that's the fire services loss is the legal profession's gain, I guess. And but you still keep obviously the adrenaline side of things going, which is important. So there we go. It's been absolutely fantastic meeting you, Angela. Thank you very much for inviting me to your office and chatting with me. Now, if any of you out there would like to speak to Angela or 828 Law about any matters that you've got, all of Angela's details will be on the attached posts, and I heartily recommend that you go and speak to her. It's quite obvious to me in chatting to her that you're going to be looked after really, really well. So that's it for me today. Thanks very much, Angela, for your time, and we'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.